Hi everyone, it's Miss Chelsea with the Mount Holly Branch Library. I hope that everyone is doing great, and it is time to do another creative and crafty tutorial. So today we're going to be doing the Tic-Tac-Toe travel kits and a DIY stress ball. So let's get started. So first you are going to need for the Tic-Tac-Toe travel kit an Altoids tin and adhesive magnetic buttons. Both of these I got from Walmart. The Altoids tin was about $1 and some change, and the magnetic buttons were just small little round magnets, were about $2 to $3. It does come with more than you need. It comes with like 18 magnets, but you really only need about 10, and they are about 0.75 inches, so about three-fourths of an inch in circumference. You're also going to need a piece of paper and either a marker, a pencil, or a pen. So let's get started. So first you're going to open and clean your tin. So go ahead and empty out all those mints that are on the inside. I just put mine in a little Ziploc bag and laid it on our table for anyone who wants to enjoy one after a meal. And then because once you take them out, you're going to notice at the bottom there's like the mint powder when it breaks off from inside the tin. So just take a napkin or a little wipe or something and just go ahead and wipe all that out. Next, you're going to create backgrounds. Now, this is not something you necessarily have to do. As far as both parts, you're going to need a background for your tic-tac-toe, obviously, but if you don't want a score background, you don't have to do that. I just thought it added something a little extra and just looked really cool. I cannot draw. I'm not very artistic, so I created mine on the computer. I just got the measurements off the back of the tin and then just created a square so I could keep my lines and everything inside of that square, and then when I cut it out, I would be able just to stick it in there. Now you can glue these on the inside. I didn't need to because I left the corners, if you can see right here, I left the corners right there. And that way when I put it in there and I just sort of used my finger and smoothed it out on the bottom, that way it won't fall out. But again, you can use glue if you want to. I just decided to be lazy and I didn't. So for your magnets, this is where you can get really creative with this, with your X's and O's. The things that I like about the adhesive magnets is on the back there's like this white paper type material that protects the adhesive, so whenever you go to peel that off you can stick it to something. I left them on there and then just created some X's and O's on the back of those. Again, you can take them off if you want to put paper that you cut out and put it on the back of there. I would recommend it that way. It is a little bit more work and it's an extra step, but as you can see, the material that's already on there did not like my marker and it did take a few minutes to dry. It is okay, it still works just fine. It just takes a little bit longer to dry, and you're not going to be able to be as creative with this if you want, or as you want, if you leave them on there like that. So if you want to take those off, put your on paper on there. This way you can draw little pictures. You don't have to use X's and O's. You can use other initials. You can use shapes. You can print pictures offline if you are that tech savvy and have the ability to do so. So really just be creative about this. For this I did use 10. I used 5 for the X's and 5 for the O's. And next, this is what it's going to look like when you're done. So I just lined everything up on the side to get ready to play, and I just sort of did like a little preview of what it would look like. And then once you're done, you can just stick them all on the inside. Now you can turn this over, you can shake it. Those magnets will not move until you pick them up. That's the great thing about it, is it keeps everything in place. All right, next we're going to do a DIY stress ball because times are rough right now. So for this, you are going to need a latex balloon in about 12 inches in size. I got this entire pack right here, 14 latex balloons, 12 inches for $1 at the Dollar Tree. You're going to need some flour, a funnel, and I added rice into mine. The rice is optional. So if you have any other materials at home you can want to try to use to see how it works out, again, be creative. Go as far as you want with this. I will say I did want to keep the ingredients that I'm putting inside of my stress balloon or my stress ball more dry than liquid, because if this does ever happen to bust open or it tears or gets a hole inside the balloon, because that does happen, then I feel like flour and rice are going to be a lot more easier to clean up versus if I added water or some other type of liquid to the inside of it. Now, for the funnel, if you do not have a funnel, that is perfectly okay. Just take a small square piece of paper, start rolling it up diagonally, keep one end more thinner, and then keep the other end more wide. And then you can just stick the thin piece into the balloon, and then there you go. You have a homemade funnel. So again, you're just going to take that thin piece, stick it right into the end of the balloon, just like this, and then you can start pouring in your ingredients. For me, I started with a large tablespoon of flour just to sort of see where I was at, and then I added about a teaspoon of rice. I did that very gradually because the rice will start to fill it up a little bit. And then once I added that 1 teaspoon of rice, I sort of just seen where I was at and just sort of judged by how it felt, how full it was getting. And then I added about another tablespoon of flour on top of that. I will say this funnel that I used was very difficult to get the flour to actually fall down into the balloon. I ended up having to take a chopstick and sort of start shoving it down in there. So you may need some type of thin, long material like a straw or chopstick or something just to sort of help out if you do have a funnel like mine. So then once you get everything in there, I just sort of used my hand and just mixed everything up and just, squeeze things around to get all those incorporated with each other. And then once, of course, they're incorporated, you're just going to tie it off on the end. I did a double knot, left a little bit of room because I kind of like it when there's a little bit of air in there. And then you can just go ahead and start squeezing away and de-stress. Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed today's very short but really cool, creative, and crafty tutorial. Please make sure to stop by the GCPL_teens on our Instagram, visit our Facebook page, keep an eye out for future videos. I know in October there's going to be another teen book talk and an SFX makeup tutorial, so that's special effects makeup tutorial, and these will be out of materials that either you will have at home, or if you don't have at home, you'll more than likely be able to find at a dollar store or a grocery store in your area. We miss you guys so much. We're so excited to finally be able to let people in our doors sometime, hopefully in the near future, so everyone can see the awesomeness of the inside and all the renovations. We're looking so forward to it. We're just patiently trying to wait for that moment. I hope that you're all doing well again. Um, I hope that school's going okay for everyone, and we hope to talk to you soon. Have a great day.